Yeah, well, thank you, thank you. Yeah, great information, very helpful. The thing I find really interesting is companies spend thousands and oftentimes millions of dollars to gain a customer, and all it takes is one negative experience with an employee for them to lose that customer forever. And not only do they lose that customer, they lose all that customer's friends, because bad news travels quicker than good news. So it's so important that employers really hire the right people, and that they train them, and that they ensure that that employee has the same sense of customer commitment that the company says that they have as well. And so if you are an employee, or if you're a small business, you really want to make sure that as an employee you're the right person for that particular company, and that you're working for a company that's customer focused, because good employees create good customer service experiences, and good companies create good employee experiences. So there's a variety of different things that if you get the right people hired to do the right things, you'll have a lot greater success in the organization. Two companies that I know from that I buy all the time, one is ranked as the best company to work for in the United States, of the top 500 companies, and that's Southwest Airlines. And in an economy today where airlines are losing money all the time, Southwest continues to be profitable and to create a great customer service. And they do that because their employees have a great time, and they treat their employees well. Another company that I buy from all the time that has great customer service and great employee relationships and treat their employees really well is Trader Joe's. Great customer experience. And if you go on their website, if you are looking for a job and you go on their website, from the time you start with their website and their application and recruitment process, you find all sorts of interesting, you just get a feel and a sense about the company. I often ask my clients or business owners, how do your employees represent you and your company? And all you have to do is look around at the employees in an organization or in a store, and you'll get a sense of how those employees are treated. If the employees are treated well by the company, they will go out of their way to provide good service to you. And so it's important for employers, whether it be the supervisor, the manager, or the small business owner, to make sure that they hire and keep the right people with the right attitude and values. It's so much more important that not only that an employee has the right skills, but that they have the right attitude in terms of how they treat people. And you cannot train for attitude. You can train somebody to do something, but you can't train for them to have a positive attitude, to have a good sense of fairness, communicate effectively, and be a team player. And as Jennifer mentioned, if you have internal customers, and those are the people you work with every day. And anyone that's ever worked in a department, worked with another group of people, or in a business, you know that one negative employee can ruin an entire group. So it's really important that you either manage that person up or you manage them off to another organization. And so conversely, as an employee, it's really important that you bring your best attitude into the company and you present yourself as positively as you can, and make sure that you're the right fit for that particular company. And good employees, basically, they improve performance, they create better bottom line results, and they will do that if the company trains them. So it's really important that employees are effectively trained and developed. And actually, that's the #1 thing for workers today, is effective training and positive training and development. How are they going to enhance their skills? How are they going to do better? And it makes them more confident about their job. They're more confident with their employees, their coworkers, and they're also more effective with their the customers. And it makes better morale and happier employees, and it reduces the turnover and creates, again, loyalty to the organization. So I think that if you're an employee or you're looking for work or you're a supervisor or manager, how you present yourself overall is really how that company is represented to the customers.
Wow, this is excellent. This is excellent. Both of you are giving information here that is almost like for life skills, whether you're a business owner or not. You know, the bottom line is, how do you treat people?
Yep.
Yeah,
How do
it
you
really
treat
is.
people? And you treat people the way you would like to be treated. Yeah, it goes right
Isn't
back
there
to
a
the
golden rule?
I
like
believe
that?
so, yeah, yeah, it goes right back to the
Yep.
golden rule.
Yep.
We were taught that as kids, and
Yeah.
sometimes somewhere along the line we forget.
Yeah.
So we're going to start some Q&A, because I have a lot of questions, because, you know, I have been vacillating myself as to whether or not I'm an artist or a business.
Uh-huh.
And you have been trying to grow me up as a business since we first met.
Yes.
And then I decided that I was an artist that would create art for businesses, and that was my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that I could move forward and not be afraid. One of the things that I wanted to find out from you, when a person has a client, I'm going to start with Jennifer, and then I have some important questions for you as well, Cherryll. But when a person has a client, why wouldn't they talk to their client? I mean, that you would
Right.
think that that's, I like to talk, so it's not a problem for me. I'll call you and talk.
It
But I want to know,
seems
how does that,
obvious. I
yeah,
know.
what's going on with that?
It seems like common sense.
Right.
But even those of us who really love our customers and love customer interaction,
Mm-hmm.
I think extroverts are way easier. It's easier for extroverts to relate to customers than introverts. I just have a theory there.
Mm-hmm.
But even in that situation, when you've got a million things to do to run a business, for example, you have a million things to do in a day. You're trying to manage getting the work done, taking the orders, be creative, learn about other things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the end of the day comes and you haven't talked to one customer. Does that happen to you sometimes?
Yes, yes.
Happens to me all the time.
Mhm.
And so even though you're focused on it, you say, yes, I want to talk to my customers. I love talking to my customers. If you're not building in some kind of regular activity to make sure you're doing it, you can go days without really having that kind of a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you'll have a transactional conversation, but you're in a hurry to get something else done. And time passes and you realize, I haven't had a meaningful conversation with a customer.
Okay.
So just other things happen. There's a lot to
Okay.
juggle. And whether it's as a business owner or in your job, right? We have a million things on our plate that we're trying to get done.
Wow.
And a
Okay.
lot of people are trying to do more with less right now.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
this stuff can feel like, oh, the nice to do. But it's so important. I hope that's one of the messages that people get. This is so important. It's not just nice to do.
Right, right.
You know,
right.
and if I can interject,
Yes,
I think
please.
one of the things that not only, it's interesting that the company doesn't necessarily, talk to their, or the business owner doesn't necessarily talk to customers. They don't talk to their employees either.
Right.
And it's one of the biggest challenges that employees have is they don't feel like they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Communication is a huge complaint within. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's expected of them. And they just go, they're too busy. Plus, it's kind of the squeaky wheel gets the grease sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You talk to your problem employees, you talk to your problem customers.
Mm-hmm.
But do you talk to the employees or the customers that are doing great and that are your great customers and find out why they're so wonderful?
Yeah.
Mm.
So you can have more of that.
Yeah,
more of that.
and that's what builds the loyalty both with the employees and with the customers.